Alright, now we're in the round of 16 for the Spirit Tournament, and we're going to be having G5 against Fenix, and I have a very special guest commentator with me here today. I have Diggity from SC2GG.
And it's an absolute honor to be casting with you, Artosis, especially in this match, Fenix versus G5. G5 is a guy I've been following for a very long time, and it's one of the first guys I actually casted. I think it was Skew was first, and then G5 was the second game I casted among foreigners. So he's got a very special place in my heart in all regards. And Fenix, I know, I'm surprised he's going Terran on this match in Blue Storm. Do you know if there's a particular reason for that?
You know, not really. Fenix actually plays Protoss and Terran, and I've seen him play both Protoss versus Protoss and Terran versus Protoss, so I'm not sure what criteria he uses to choose which race he wants to use on a map, but, you know, here we go. He's going to be using Terran for the first time in the Spirit event.
It's especially surprising against G5, who's known for being very aggressive versus Terran. It's one of his strong matches. Really, G5, I think he's one of the more underestimated Protoss players among the foreigners. Noni is obviously known as one of the top in the US, and he's definitely known for like his Reaver harass specifically, but G5 I don't feel like he has anything he's particularly specifically known for, aside from aggression, of course, but I feel like he's more well-rounded in the aggressive fear of Protoss play. He's just capable of a lot of things. He's got really high APM, and he's just really a creative player. He's just fun to watch, and right now, yeah, already up and aggressive with that with that probe harass. Not only can he keep that probe scout alive in the base, he can just almost keep 2 SCVs off the line at all times as he's going in and harassing right now already.
Oh yeah, I can't tell you how many SCVs of mine he has killed, and how many times I've yelled at him for it. I mean, what is this, the OSL Finals? Why are you trying so hard? Sweat rolling down his face as he clicks a million clicks per second, trying to kill SCVs with the ridiculously imbalanced probe. You know, quick acceleration, range, and it heals itself. Is there anything a probe can't do? No, it can also warp in buildings. I mean, come on, absolutely ridiculous. But yeah, as you were saying, G5, he's such a good player, very underestimated. You know, his strength comes from just being clever and outsmarting good players. I mean, if you're going to play a standard game against him, you're going to have a very hard time because he's going to outsmart you and do things that are very good against it that you do not expect.
In the meantime, I'm very surprised that Fenix is leaving his front door open. He's not blocked off his front door against G5, a very aggressive Protoss player. In the meantime, it looks like G5 has a cybernetic score going up, has those 3 probes on gas. It looks like he might be going for some sort of tech build at the moment. Factory going down, a little bit more of a defensive stance. But yeah, I'm very surprised he hasn't sealed his front door off.
Yeah, you know, a lot of Terrans opt not to wall in on this map, and it can be good sometimes. You know, if they make gateways in your base and you're making a wall in, when you figure that out, you lose. So that's one thing, and it can also be annoying if you make, you know, a depot here and a barracks here or something like that. Your Marine will pop out and you can't get in, or if you put the barracks here and the depot here, the Marine pops out. But if they're blocking the little hole with a Zealot or a probe, you're not going to get in there. So it's the top right is a hard position to wall in as Terran. But, you know, I think I would probably opt to do it as Fenix anyways against G5 because you never know what he's going to do. And that wall-in really gives an extra, you know, measure of security.
Meantime, getting that machine shop down, G5 doing an excellent job against those 2 Marines, keeping that probe alive, actually dancing through that factory line himself, finally getting it killed, but he's got a pretty good spot. He's seen that machine shop going down. Now that barracks being lifted off and pushed across the front. SCV scout in the meantime getting denied. G5 pushing it back, and G5 in the meantime, he doesn't have a second gateway down. Has range going, but has been mining gas this entire time. I don't see any additional. Now putting the second gateway down, it feels like it's a little late, and he hasn't pushed into tech. That very much surprises me.
Yeah, this is a super uncommon build. I mean, the 2-gate range rush on Blue Storm, this is such a long map. Let's look where he has to walk. Look, he's already got a Dragoon on the way. It's going to be a while. Here he is. He's going to have to walk all the way over here. There, all the way. It's like this gigantic S that's laying down, maybe? I don't know, but it is a very long distance, and it's a very poor build order to do here, which is basically why G5 does something like that. I mean, if Fenix just opens up standard Marine tank expand, you know, he can put a lot of pressure on him with these range goons because of the late siege mode that Terran skips due to the long rush distance. So really, you see, it's like maybe a 3rd level thought that he's doing, but Fenix, he's doing more of an FD build. We see the mines going up, and he's going to be absolutely safe, and in fact, he's going to have this is a very nice build against what G5 is showing us right now.
Yeah, long resupply route. It's also hard, as we know, on Blue Storm. You gotta kind kind of almost, yeah, you've got that S shape. You can't just put them at your secondary. You can't just rally them to the front of the base or anything like that. SCV getting a little bit of a spot on the gateway there, but before it was killed. But it's just very hard to reinforce your Dragoons towards the front door, and G5 actually doesn't have any Dragoons up on Fenix right here, so he went for a pressure build, but isn't putting on any pressure at this stage. 3 lines already down, and Fenix is taking a big economic lead very early.
Yeah, Fenix is looking quite good right now. G5's Nexus just starting up. It looks like he's got about 5 Dragoons right now. Has he got the range? Yes, he does. No more Dragoons making. And he's going to try to pressure, but against these 3 Spider Mines, you know, he's going to have to be very careful. There's going to be 4 Marines and 2 tanks, 5 Marines and 2 tanks down there. Really, I can't see him doing any damage with these whatsoever. And in the meantime, Fenix has a Vulture running up towards G5's base. And G5 with a double Nexus making no Dragoons right now, and instead opting to get a robotics facility. So this Vulture, if microed correctly, could do a good amount of damage. And G5 looks like he might be getting ready to pressure. No, it looks like he actually ran into a Spider Mine when I was looking at that Vulture. But looks like Fenix in a very good position. Here we go, the Vulture attacking into the probes. But good micro by G5 trying to surround that Vulture.
This is just absolutely horrible. The 6 probes try and run back. 3 kills already, and honestly, this Vulture is probably going to be able to take out this entire probe force. Running back, the next Dragoon is only halfway finished on that top gateway, and on top of it, Fenix getting all the spotting he ever wanted in this base. Seeing the 3rd gateway, the 2 Nexus, the robotics facility, he's in an excellent position, and getting 7 probe kills on top of it. G5 just hanging out outside the base with those 5 Dragoons that just feel almost impotent at this point. Yeah, G5 being a little bit cheesy here, I would say, with the 2 Nexus, and having that spotted out, that's absolutely disastrous. He's just not in a very good position at all. 3rd factory now going down for Fenix. I'm surprised we're not seeing a 4th factory as well. He's already got the engineering bay going down. He's already got the engineering bay up, I should say. I don't see any turrets going down in the backfield in the meantime. But yeah, Fenix in a very strong position now, pushing out of the base. 1 tank getting taken out, but looks like the rest of this Dragoon force is going to be able to, it's just going to get cleaned up, and not really putting, oh, let's see if that mine is able to go into those Marines though. Oh, able to kill 3 Marines, but not all 5. But in the meantime, another looks like a Vulture just going and securing a single mine on that ramp. I still feel like G5's in a lot of trouble here because he's having to stall any sort of production of a troop just to get his economy going. Phoenix is already in a pretty good position with his economy. Phoenix can take his additional expansion whenever he feels like it and put on pressure.
Yeah, Fenix is in a very good place right now, and I really actually kind of like the way he's playing. We see that he got speed and then siege mode, and he's actually kind of freestyling right now off of 3 facts. You don't normally see a Terran with an expansion and 3 factories attacking into a Protoss, but you know, he knows that a lot of Dragoons have died, that G5 is spread out quite thin right now, and this is actually a very good play by him. He can get a lot of damage done with you know, these speed vultures out there. It looks like his tanks are getting ready, maybe for a double harass same time. You know, get him distracted one place, attack another place, get a bunch of probes like that. And moves like that are very nice, very intelligent move there by Fenix. And here he goes. He's going to be sieging this expand, bringing the 2 Marines through to spot with very few hit points left on him. And G5 is running his probes away, only mining from the bottom 2 patches. Nice move there.
Ooh, Dragoon's coming in from behind, so a little bit, yeah, aggressive maneuver. It doesn't look like it's going to pay off right here, but honestly, this is a risk that Fenix can afford to take. He's in a very, very strong position. Even if G5 cleans this up, he's got to worry about the reinforcements coming across. In the meantime, 2 Vultures managed to sneak through into the main. Going to be able to, it's almost a posture maneuver, yeah. Had those 2 Vultures in the upper left-hand side, one to spot in case an additional cheesy expansion was going down, but also snuck them right around the back, disrupting. As you can see, there's just no probes mining at the mineral expansion at the moment, and additionally was able to do just basically disrupt 2 fronts of the economy here. That secondary, that natural secondary, being disrupted by those tanks in the marine, and then mineral only has got 1 probe at it at this point. Additionally, what was that? About 7 kills in the meantime from those vultures in the backfield, and Fenix already has another group of vultures out, ready to do some more harassment, ready to be annoying once again.
And annoying he will be. I mean, G5 he does not have a pylon wall behind the 3rd base, as is normal. He's very behind on supply and on money, so he really just can't afford it right now. And these vultures are just going to run right around. G5, in the meantime, he has a decent Dragoon force just clearing this out. Not many tanks for Fenix yet. He has just 2 tanks sitting there, but he does have tanks making right now at his home base. He's got 5 facts going on right now, 3rd base going up, so he's actually looking very good right now. All he's going to have to do is play a defensive, safe game, but G5 looks like he's getting ready to put on some pressure against against Fenix here, and he's going to be coming right down that ramp. The high ground really working to his advantage. Those two tanks are taking pot shots at the Dragoons, and he's trying to run in, but the SCVs are blocking their path. Oh my god, this SCV wall is very nice, preventing G5 from getting through. The tank splash really doing a number on these Dragoons, and G5 just losing a huge army right now.
Man, those SCVs, they're killer. Look at that. That's hero SCVs right there up in the line. In the meantime, Vultures managed to sneak by. Kind of I'm not sure if you caught it on the map, but some Vultures managed to sneak by. G5, it was an interesting maneuver, completely sacrificing his economy again at the mineral only, and also the secondary pulled all of his probes, knowing that he wouldn't be able to defend that mineral only against the Vultures, pulled them completely off. I guess he was hoping on reinforcements from his gateways to blockade that expansion, also defend his secondary, but didn't get it in time as he was pushing an attack. So it was I feel like that was G5's attack to try to get back into the game, and now that it's failed, I almost feel that Fenix has this capped. He's just got a huge economic advantage. He's got 74 supply versus G5's 51, so 20 supply, and it looks like in the meantime Fenix is going to try to take an insurance expansion in the bottom right hand corner, which he can do, and now armories going down in the meantime, 2 armories at the secondary, so Ott's going to take the upgrade advantage. 5 factories down, probably a 6 momentarily. Also has that comsat coming this direction. G5 though in the meantime, he's got that Citadel of Adun going down. Looks like he's going to go maybe some Templar drops, some high Templar storm in the backside to try to even things up economically, or putting pressure on the front door. Do you think that'll be effective for him?
You know, it's hard to say. I mean, Fenix is in just such a good position right now. Look at that, 88 supply against 66 supply. But, you know, if there's any way for G5 to come back, I'm sure it's going to involve Psystorm. You know, if Fenix makes the mistake of attacking in a clump up a hill against G5 and he has plenty of Psystorm, you know, things could go his way. So, oh my god, look at this. Dragoons in the middle map. Oh, but Dragoons are cheat. They kill the mines without any observers there. Don't know how that happens. And another Vulture harass at the third base, killing so many more probes. Oh my god, poor G5. He has got almost no economy at this point. But as I was saying, you know, maybe a lot of Psystorms might be able to help him come back. But, you know, it's not too likely, but he's got to try something, I guess.
Looks like he's producing some Dark Templars, and this actually might pay off against Fenix. I don't see any turrets in the backfield. He does have a lot of command centers, though, and he does have Comsat on those various expansions. He's going to have basically 4 Comsat to work with right away here, assuming he puts down another Comsat station in the bottom right-hand corner, which I'm going to assume he is. So he is going to have about 3 Comsats to work with, but still, that's 3 Comsats in an isolated area versus, looks like 4 Dark Templar. We'll see if more Dark Templar are produced momentarily. I'm surprised we're seeing this rather than Templar. With a lot of surprises this game. It's probably the 4th time I've said that. But I have to say, Fenix has been very impressive. He's kept G5 off, basically off his A game. G5's pushed up to be aggressive, and Fenix has just sent the Vultures around and been just completely annoying. It's got to be extremely frustrating. G5 hasn't had his economy running at that minimal expansion unharassed this entire game. Every single time it seems like Vultures have been up there pounding. Only 1 probe coming out of that last harassment. Looks like a little bit of an engagement in the middle, but it's only Dragoons versus Vultures, and the Vulture just pushing up to do a little bit of screening, and squish, wow. Blood that's going to, the blue blood seeping into the stairway right there. But G5 has 3 bases, but is behind economically, and yeah, you can see the Dark Templar starting to load up. He's got to do something special with this Dark Templar drop really to get it done, though.
And he is doing something special. Look at that, picking off a lot of siege tanks there. 40 damage a swipe, absolutely ludicrous. This is a Protoss player abusing right here. I mean, just, oh, I'm behind. DT drop. That is the mind of a Protoss player, and that is what he is doing here. And he has actually killed a lot of tanks right there. He was on the verge of losing the game right there. I mean, he's still far behind, yes, but he lives to fight again another day with that nice DT drop on those units there.
Guerrilla warfare there for G5. He's doing a good job of just trying to do what he can to at least put up a fight at this stage, try to find an opportunity to get back in. But once again, Vulture's pushing up on the mineral only with his Dragoons out of position. This is what I'm talking about. Every time G5 has troops out in the field to engage, he just sends those Vultures around backside, just be annoying. Looks like, wow, that's a lot of DTs pushing up for a drop here. That's 2 shuttles. I think there was a 3rd shuttle out in the field, so maybe they'll be able to do some damage with that. But in the meantime, G5's economy is being lambasted here. Just probes being transferred every which way to try to escape just these Vultures, these horrible Vultures. It's just absolutely devastating. But now the drop pushing in, that is, what is that, 12 DTs right there? Pushing looks like actually 1 short of that. 11 DT is going to drop over the secondary and also over the main. There isn't any turrets. He's going to go after that comsat station, get that comsat station down before he can put out a comsat, just as enough energy is going in. See if he goes after the turret after this, and also all over the main. He's going to be able to do a ton of damage with this. That is just a lot of damage capacity. It looks like he's going to be able to get that comsat station down in the meantime. Some vultures coming up backside, and still we got two comsats left. Another one being an emergency comsat station being built in the secondary. Two Dark Templar down, so a little bit of damage being done here, but I still feel like this is just too little too late.
Yeah, you know, it was a good try, though, because, you know, when in doubt, drop DTs. That's what I say to Protoss players when they ask. And he did some decent damage, but, I mean, look at this. As you said, that insurance expansion in the bottom right, that is just a deal sealer right there. G5, oh, look at this. His natural still being harassed by tanks. Six probe kills on those two tanks right there. G5 is going to want to clean that up immediately, and he is just bleeding from everywhere. He's got almost no probes on his main. Look at that. Almost no saturation, about 4 or 5 probes mining, about 3 on his natural, and his third base, very good probe count, but, you know, Fenix 4 base in it. He's got so much supply, 160 supply against G5's 89. This is a hard spot to be in.
Wow, and now you can see just the huge amount of yellow pushing across the middle of the map. The Dragoon's going to engage right here. Vulture's up in front, not even bothering to lay mines, just going to create that wall against the tanks and just going to siege up. And Fenix not even bothering here, just going to continue to push in, and G5 and wheeling it backwards in complete reverse. I'm not sure that he's going to be able to survive this attack, maybe with some reinforcement. If Fenix keeps up this pressure, though, he's basically controlled the game from point A to point B here, at the beginning to the end. He's just done fantastic against G5 and just really played well against him. Just completely kept him off balance. Whenever G5's gone in for an aggressive attack, he's turned around. Nice zealot drop still in the meantime, killing a lot of tanks there, but I don't think Fenix is going to mind that much. It's still 131 versus 84. Nice little endgame micro there, but still, I got to worry about G5. I have to say, I was a little bit biased. I was hoping he would take this match, but right now it's just not looking pretty for him.
No, it's not looking pretty. It's looking downright ugly. Look at this. His Nexus in his natural going down in 2 tank volleys. Fenix with the 1-1 grades, with Vultures in the third base for what? The 10th time this game. Absolutely ridiculous. Poor G5. He is pretty much dead at this point. Trying to make a Nexus in the top left, but there are spider mines everywhere on this map. Look at this map. He's got yellow dots at every location. There's just units streaming out of his main, just adding so many factories, getting that science facility up. You know, his macros dropped off a bit. He's getting a good amount of money, but, you know, he's got 150. He doesn't care. He's just going to attack move, 1A, 2A, 3A. Get out of here, G5. But G5 doing his best, trying to hold this high ground with DT drop, bringing the mines in. Some very nice mine drags from G5 this game, but it's just not enough. He really needed some size from there to really kill off those tanks. Not that would have won him the game, but may have held it at least a little bit longer. And I don't know how much longer he can hold on here.
Honestly, I almost feel like this is his last hurrah. He's just, wow, man, devastation here, absolute devastation. Too much blue blood on the ground here for G5, and the tanks just continuing to push up bit at a time. And it looks like he's finding some speed upgraded zealots, actually. It's almost been entirely Dragoon forces up to this stage of the game, but I just don't think it's going to be enough. And as he's losing this mineral line expansion, G5 is going to have to GG. He's got Forge actually going up in the upper left-hand corner, I guess realizing he's behind in upgrades and almost everything else as well. But that's it. He's got 3 Dragoons, 1 zealot, now just 2 Dragoons as far as I can see on the field. Doesn't even have his second expansion up, isn't mining gas out of it, and Fenix in the meantime just moving reinforcements across the map. There's nothing he can really do.
Yeah, G5, you know, he never likes to leave the game, but there he goes. He leaves the game before losing all his pylons, so thank you for that. And Fenix takes the lead, quite surprisingly, really, and GG.